My name's Rachel Braun Scherl. I'm a business builder, marketing strategist, author, speaker, and entrepreneur. So I had been I was with a longtime business partner and friend. I was running a female sexual health business. And when we exited that business in 2013, we went back to doing high-level strategy consulting for large companies, consumer products companies, pharmaceutical companies. And what I realized is that I missed that entrepreneurial environment and the fast-paced decision-making, as well as actually being in the space of women's sexual health. So I took the skills that I had from running that business, and I took the skills that I had gleaned from my days at Johnson & Johnson, and then decades of doing strategy consulting for large corporate systems, took that discipline and that thought process and applied it with a laser-like focus on companies in the space from menstruation to menopause, whether they were large or small, but focusing on some aspect of women's sexual and reproductive health. I think it's a little bit of, are you ready to jump without the safety net? So I would say 2013 to 2016 was business as usual plus women's health. In 2017, I put a chart together of the 5 or 6 things I wanted to accomplish in terms of the clients I wanted to sell to, the places that I wanted to speak. And I basically created a roadmap for the things that I wanted to do. Whether you celebrate or not, it's important to replenish the sort of the emotional, physical, and financial coffers and make sure that you're doing that. So you have the energy you need, the financial infrastructure you need, and bring your talents where they're needed without being totally running on empty all the time. But it's a necessary part of my focus on being a continuous student and a continual learner and putting myself in situations where I might not have the answers. Sometimes I might, sometimes I don't. And the thing that was most helpful to me was I watched Brene Brown Daring Greatly. And I'm paraphrasing, but one of the lines she said is, if you're not feeling uncomfortable, you're not trying hard enough. And so there are plenty of things that make me uncomfortable, but now I try to access that as, if I'm feeling uncomfortable, you go, girl, you must be doing something right, as opposed to, I'm feeling uncomfortable, get back in your lane. I was asked to join a protest where we were protesting outside Facebook's headquarters in New York City about the fact that they had a great disparity in terms of products and advertisements that they would accept for male sexual health versus female. And I literally was driving, it was downtown, I live outside New York City, and I was driving through the Holland Tunnel. And I said, I really feel uncomfortable. This must be right. Seeing the scene, which was not a scene I ever would have put myself in, really made me live. Okay, you survived. Like, what's the worst that'll happen? You'll not want to join another protest. But that was a pivotal moment for me. Again, going back to, puts me in situations I never thought that I would be in, creates possibilities, because every time I'm in a setting, there are immense possibilities to work with people. And this space that I've chosen to be in happens to be very collaborative. So it's understanding that you have some goal and you're always getting close. And the way I motivate myself is, I'm never quite there. Knowing that the world does not come to an end, it doesn't stop spinning on its axis, the sun rises, that these changes aren't life or death, at least in the work that I do. I would say the last group is a group of friends from business school who were the catalyst for me doing my very first, even more entrepreneurial thing than starting our own consultancy, who I go to really for a gut check. If you don't have a clear idea of what you want to do or what industry or what space, the burden's on you to do some research, to read, to talk to people who might be in that space before you go out to a professional community.